Hello darlings, welcome to this week's video. Well, as you know, I love my garden. Anybody who knows my channel knows how important my garden is to me. Last week I shared a garden of all the spring blooms coming out. And this week the garden's looking even more magnificent with the blossom tree actually out. But as with anything, isn't it, darlings, what we have to look after, we have to care for. And I have to give my garden lots of loving care. One of the things that I do is I fertilise the bulbs when they're flowering. This particular day was raining here in Ballarat. I always make sure I fertilise in the rain, as I know it's the best for the plants. I've got a lot of bulbs and they all need the fertiliser. I use a biological fertiliser that's supposed to be advanced and very safe for the plants, and it's called go-go juice. It's got lots of beneficial bacteria, kelp, seaweed, fish, and 13 different microbial species in it, so it's a very good one. And yes, I also use good old cow and sheep manure too. It's a big day when I do fertilising. It takes me at least an hour to get it all done because I make up the fertiliser in 2 watering cans that I fill up, and I go and I sort of rotate the watering cans, then go fill them up again, then come back again. Bert doesn't do any of the care on the garden. He helped put the beds in, and that's where his care stopped. I'm the one that keeps it going. But as you all know, it gives me so much pleasure that it's absolutely fantastic to do it. There's something to be said for the mindfulness of being in the garden. I just love the nature, and it was so windy this day because we do have very strong winds here in Ballarat in the spring. But I didn't care. The birds were still about. You still heard some cheeping and lots of life going on around the house. I just love it. I'm always fascinated by these bulbs I see that don't have any care and they come up. I see them every year. So I don't know if they need the fertiliser or not, but I just do it because I think, well, we all feel better after we've had something to eat, don't we, darlings? The sound of nature is just beautiful. The rustle of the leaves, the smell that comes off the lemon tree because of the lemons. It's just such a sensual thing to go out in the garden. All your senses get used. Your hearing, your sight, your touch, ticks all the boxes. Perhaps that's why it's so good for us and why it helps us so much with our mental health. The coat I'm wearing is wonderful. Benjamin gave it to me, my youngest son, and it's got a heater in it. So I just turn the heater on and it keeps me so warm. And of course I've got my little fox scarf on that I made because it's super, super warm. Like I say, I think it was like -2 or something this particular day. It was freezing. My lemon verbena is actually coming out with lots of leaves, so I'm very happy that it's done well there with the apricot tree. So there's not just fertilising out the front that I have to do, darlings. It's all in the conservatory or courtyard as well. And I make sure I do it all on the same day, so I haven't missed any. These areas that give us so much pleasure do take a lot of looking after, but like I say, I love it. Now, how have you all been? How's your mental health been? Leave a comment in the comments section, darlings. You know that I love to answer and have a chat with you. I find that having the 2 watering cans makes it that much quicker for me. So it really helps. I have maidenhairs and bromeliads and elephant's ear all planted among here, as well as beautiful orchids. All the flowers are starting to come out and I can't wait to share them with you. Those maidenhairs I had in pots for many, many years, but they outgrew the pots, so I thought I'll put them in the garden. As always, there's a problem plant in the garden, isn't there, darlings? And I had this particular cactus that I'd grown, it's a succulent, that I'd grown from a tiny piece from one of my people's homes that they gave me. It was in a much smaller pot, much smaller, and I knew that the root base wasn't getting enough room to grow. I knew it had to be replaced. So this pot I was actually given to me by one of my lovely people many years ago, and I thought it will be perfect for this lovely little succulent tree. It doesn't have flowers, but I tell you, it is just gorgeous. It's got the loveliest shape, and of course I naturally put all fairies and things in it and around it. I'm so lucky that Bailey painted me a beautiful fairy that has always sitted in with this plant. I've also got a bracelet hanging off it that Bailey made me. So lots of memories with them. But it was a bit of a job, and I found I didn't set myself up very well at all. And the silliest thing I didn't do, which I had a problem with, is that I didn't get weights to weight it down at first, because it needs to be weighted down while the roots take a hold. I've since fixed that, of course. So this was all just old bark that I had off our own garden beds, with some dirt in it, with some slow release fertiliser in it, and down the bottom of the pot, because it was so deep, I actually put some styrofoam so that it drains very well, because it's a pot that I always found had trouble draining. It's a very pretty pot. I really love it. As I said, this particular plant is like a fairy garden tree to me. So of course I've hung lots of things off it over time. And in it there was a particular piece of very fine wire that was covered in tiny lights that Ahiranta from the Happy Life show actually sent me a couple of years ago. It hasn't worked for a long time, and I thought perhaps it was time for it to come off. I also removed any of the dead little jelly bean leaves that were on it, just to give it a fresh start. I'm sure it helps them that way. I can spend hours in my garden. The time just disappears, and the only way I know that I've been out for a long time is because I get hungry, as always. So I hope you all have a lovely week wherever you are in the world. I hope you've been well and happy and content and doing things to look after your mental health and your peace, getting out in nature. Don't forget to do your handwork. It all helps so much. As you can see, I really should have weighted this down because it actually came out of the pot, which gave me the biggest fright ever. But it was my own fault. I should have realised. But I did weight it down and it was all good. I literally willed it to stay in there, darlings, with the magic wave of the hands. I'm going to say bye-bye for now and send you lots of love from beautiful Ballarat, and God bless for now. Please look after yourselves, and as always, leave me a comment. Bye.